All right, back on that ass like a motherfucker stole something. But at the end of the day, Turf hit the wrong button on the last link, so ended the live on the last link. If you're not new to the TRS channel, right? This is not the first time that that this has occurred. But if you're new to the TRS channel, and you new to Turf and Rundown, welcome, motherfucker. I mean, yeah, that's the best welcome I can give you. At the at the end of the day, make sure if you know texting with anybody or you sharing it out, make sure this you let them know this the new link. All right, for the Turf and Rundown channel. Like I said, the other link was shut down, but it's all right. We back, right? We back with it. So as we wait for a couple more people to come in here, man. Once again, appreciate everybody that shows back up, man. Salute Rafa, man. Salute to you in the building, man. Salute Alfredo, back to you, man. Yeah, we back. We back. Like I said, we back like a motherfucker stole something, man. I mean, once again, for everybody that's here, Turf accidentally hit the wrong link. So yeah, that this ain't the first time it has occurred, but at the end of the day, it's all right, right? We back, we here, we all good. All right, we all good. So salute to everybody showing back up, right? Showing back up for the new link. Salute Beezy in the building, right? Yes, sir. You already know what time it is. Salute Alfredo, right? Yes, sir. We back to it. We back to it. You already know what time it is. So Cal back in the building. My guy Federo. Yes, sir. How are you feeling? Okay, so as we get the crowd trickling back in this mug again, right? Once again, make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up on this motherfucker. Make sure you are tapping on the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you really feeling what you're hearing, right? If you're really feeling what you're hearing, hit all them buttons. Turf gonna be back in a second, right? Some people still transitioning from that old link to this link, but it's good. We're here, right? And we back in the building. Gonna continue the conversation as we do. But yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, have a good support group over there, brother. Have a good support group. But as we continue on the conversation, what we was talking about before, we was talking about Andres Pete, talking about who's gonna start. Still want to get y'all opinions, man. Who's gonna start as far as right tackle? That's my question now to y'all, the audience, the chat, right? Who do y'all think is going to start at right tackle? You go with Munford? Are you going with Glaze? That would be surprising if some of y'all do, and that's no Diddy on that one. But you going with that, or you going to go with Pete now, right? You know what I mean? Like, these are viable options. I mean, you look at Delmar. I think this is a guy where now, I mean, he might have an uphill battle to climb year one, so I'm not expecting too much out of Delmar. But if he ends up competing, then albeit, right? Like, that's a great ass pick for where you got him, and a lot of people thought it was a reach, so that'd be great. But as of right now, I'm not seeing that he will be the guy that's going to be competing for that right tackle spot. So as of right now, I'm looking at Pete. I'm looking at Munford. So who's going to be the starter in y'all opinion, man? I need to hear. Y'all let me know, man. I tune in all the time still, but use my girl ad-free YouTube. Hey. And you do what you got to do, man. And it is what it is, bro. We got to make our bread on this mug. So if you're on the Rundown show, I apologize for the ads, but your boy got to make that bread. So I got to do what I got to do. But I appreciate you for even tuning in regardless, man, for sure. Ooh, Al's Ghost. What's the deal? I love the name, by the way. That shit is hard. I ain't going to lie to you. Shit is very tough. Beezy thinks Munford. All right, I'm with you there. You know what time it is with me. I'm a Munford supporter, so I'm definitely with you there as far as him getting the start. What everybody else think, man? Munford, are you on the Munford train? Oh, my boy George throws a wild card out there. Dalton Wagner, interesting, bro. If he ends up starting, that will be very, very interesting, bro. That'd be very interesting if he ends up starting. I think, if we see him competing for the job, that room gets like 10 times more competitive. That shit gets 10 times more competitive. But I like that. Okay. All right. That's a good one. Clifford in the building, man. Salute to you, man. Glad you here. Like I said, if you're looking for Turf, he will be here shortly. He was on the last link, right? He's at his daughter's last competition, I believe. Yeah, he's at his daughter's last competition. So, you know, he had to go support for that. But he'll be back in the building, man. But salute to you, Clifford, for even showing up, supporting, right? Sam, he thinks Munford got the nod. He got the experience from last year, and the West got some monster edge rushers. I agreed, and I mean, he's going against some monsters in practice. So I think Munford's going to get that nod. I saw a lot of good things last year when he played that I liked, that I think he can use, that I think he can transition into this year. And if he can stack games, stack consistent days, we might have a right tackle. Frank, what's the deal, bro? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? So like I said, who y'all think's gonna be the starting right tackle? What's the deal? You going with Munford? My boy George said Wagner. You feel what I'm saying? We got Glaze now, and now we got Pete. Very competitive room as far as the tackles. We know that Colton spot is secured, but as far as that right tackle, that's gonna be real, bro. Somebody's not gonna make it out, that motherfucker. Somebody's gonna be on the bubble, and they're gonna get cut or moved down to the practice squad. That's just what's gonna happen. So I want to know who y'all think is gonna be. Munford. All right, my boy Cliff says Munford. Okay. Sal says Munford. All right. There we go. I want Raiders to. Hey, I don't know, folks. If it was on another channel, I had to give my boy no diddly for this one. But all Raiders talk, I think it's good talk. But at the end of the day, right, I think Munford's gonna be that guy to end up securing our right tackle spot. Glaze for, future depth, just in case anything happens, but Pete for immediate depth. And that's how I think it's going to rock from there. But once again, man, make sure you guys are tapping on that like button, tapping on that subscribe button. Like I said, right, you're here on the new link. We was there on the other one, but at the end of the day, boom, right? Wrong buttons were pushed, but all that matters is that we here now. Federal says, Def not Glaze. His footwork needs lots of work. I was Munford. Yeah, I'm on Munford, bro. I'm on Munford for sure. Chris says I got booted. Damn it. Oh, nah. Hey, like I said, we on a new link, but we here, right? We here. So as we continue the conversation, right, and we continue what's going on, I'm gonna save this for when Turf comes in here. But I'm going to continue on my rant about the Raiders having a DB problem until we can get Turf back in the building, right? Because I have some things that I think I need Turf to weigh in on. But, I've said it once and I'll continue to say it again, right? The Raiders have a DB problem that I think cannot be ignored. We cannot ignore this DB problem. I think, we need to go and sign someone or look to whatever else we can do to solve this problem. Some people have a lot of faith in the room right now. I'm gonna be honest, as far as like after Jack Jones, I don't have a lot of faith in the room. I got faith in Jack Jones that he's gonna be that guy that we need, but after that, not too much faith in what's going on there. So I think a veteran is sorely needed. And not only to that degree, I've said this too, right? The room is young as far as corners and shit, like corner safeties, like the shit. We're young, bro. Real young. You got Jack Jones, you got Jacorian Bennett, Brandon Faison's probably the oldest guy there. And then you just drafted 2 dudes. So like the room, I think the average age is somewhere around like 26. That's the average when you put it all together. That shit is young, bro. That's real young. And to Turf's point, he said it before he left on that last link, right? Like, you have some guys that kind of have to get reeled in a tad, right? And I love the fire. I love it. I love the fire, right? The fire brings out, the best in the competition, right? At the end of the day, like we gonna talk our shit like we do, and when we talk our shit, we gonna actually whoop your ass, and there's nothing you can do about it. I love that, but with that comes a line that you must walk, right? With that comes a line that you must walk, and you must know when to turn the shit off and when to actually play into that, or not even play into that, actually like get into that mode, right? And as of right now, I see a lot of guys that probably, and once again, I love it, but probably don't know how to distinguish reel it the fuck back. You know what I mean? We saw plenty of examples last year of that, right? Jack Jones in the Kansas City game. We probably didn't see it too much on his face, but Jacorian Bennett and the way he played, you can tell he was flustered, right? Rookies coming in, learning the new system, having to go against fucking Devontae Adams, right? Like these are a lot of stresses and a lot of shit put on young players and DBs. I think we need a veteran guy who's been there, done that, kind of can have some leadership in that room, right? And also command that other corner spot with ability as well. That's where I'm at right now. And I think all those factors right there make me believe that we need another guy. But y'all let me know, man. It's all about y'all. How y'all feel, man? Do y'all feel that the Raiders have a DB problem? I 100% feel like there is a DB problem here. And so here it is. Our defensive line will take care of the DBs. And to a degree, I do agree with you, John. I do. But then I get to this point as well. Football is just a fickle game, bro. You never know what happens on a week in and out basis, bro. You just don't. You know what I mean? We all been watching football for a long ass time, so we know how it goes, right? You assume some shit, and sometimes, right, the assumptions are correct, and we're gonna get to Raiders defensive rankings in a minute, right? But the assumptions can be correct, but week in and week out, sometimes shit falls off, shit wavers, right? And not only to that degree, we have quarterbacks in this division that sometimes the defensive line don't really fucking matter. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to have guys that know how to be sticky, know how to plaster. You know what I mean? At the same time, know how to be physical at the point of contact when the ball is snapped if they're playing man coverage as well, and know how to stay sticky, like I said. So there are going to be times where these DBs are going to be counted on. There's going to be times where the defensive line isn't going to be as effective, right? There's going to be times. And as of right now, if that happens, I'm not confident in anybody but Jack Jones. That's for real. I'm worried. Well, oh no. Hobbs too. But like Hobbs is in the outside corner, so I'm not even like counting him. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm not even like saying shit about Hobbs, is because he's a slot, bro. I don't want to see Hobbs on the outside at all. Like at no point should he ever go back to the outside, in my opinion. But if I'm not even counting Hobbs, he's a slot, bro, and he is what he is. So cool. We talking about purely cornerback 2, bro. I have no faith in that. Now I can be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. But as of right now, yeah, that's not where I'm at. That's not where I'm at. So let me see what y'all talking about in here, man. Federo says, don't trust JB or Faison at cornerback 2. I don't. Because even if guys tell me, oh, we trust Jacorian Bennett, right? Like, boom, from there, now we talking about, or we don't trust Jacorian Bennett. Now we talking about Brandon Faison. What fear does he strike? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm straight, bro. I am straight. I don't think that would be a viable option, in my opinion, to start Brandon Faison. So now you go over the rookies. 4th round, 7th round. Gets dicey. Right now, we talking dicey shit. Right now, it just looks bad right now to me. Now, of course, opinion can change with, a signing here or somebody playing better in camp and exceeding expectations. But as of right now, what we have to go off of, not on that. Let's see. Beezy says he wants us to pick up Gilmore. Just saw something about Gilmore as well, where he's just said he talked to Josina Anderson, I believe. And he said something about I can pull it up too. He said something about teams not wanting to, take that chance on him because of his age, right? And I seen some people say he played very well. I don't know. The last image I got of Stephon Gilmore was not a positive one. I will say that the last time I saw him, he kind of was barbecue chicken in that motherfucking Green Bay game. But hey, as we look, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all so everybody can see what I'm talking about right here, right? Boom. So we talking about Stephon Gilmore, but he said something today, and he talks about his pending decision, right? I'm still focused on playing, but it has to be the right opportunity. I feel it like it's the age thing, and if people can't see it, let me go ahead. Hold on, I know how motherfuckers are. We got some of the crowd whose eyes are not as good as others. I'll say it like that, but I'll still focus on playing, but it has to be the right opportunity. I feel like it's the age thing with some of these teams. If I was 28, I would already have been signed by now. I agree with that. At the same time, I know the value I still bring. If you watch the tape, I feel like I played well the last 2 years and literally almost played every snap last year. So I'm staying patient while watching my son, who's a wide receiver and a cornerback, lock people up on the field with defensive back skills too. So, you see right now, he's focusing on the family. He's focusing on what he's got to do. But at the end of the day, I personally think the last time I saw Stephon Gilmore, it was not a positive image of what I saw from Stephon Gilmore. Now, I agree with him there of saying if he was 28, he'd be signed, bro. Like, I think we would have threw that bag already. To be honest with you, we would have threw some money at him if he was 28. But it is the fact that he is veteran. It's the fact that the last thing you saw of him wasn't good. So where do you go from there? But just wanted to show y'all what Stephon Gilmore said right there, and where he's at in his decision. But you look at the teams that Josina Anderson is, hashtagging. You talk about Cowboys, back to the Cowboys, Colts, Patriots, Bills, Panthers. So doesn't seem to be on the Raiders' radar. As of right now, does not seem to be on the Raiders' radar. But I got to be honest with y'all. I don't think he's on our radar either. I don't. I think the two dudes that you got to be focused on is going to be Xavier Howard and Steven Nelson. I think it's Steven Nelson, bro. I think it's Xavier Howard and Steven Nelson. Now, I saw a comment in here as I'm looking. Let me see. Do you like Adoree Jackson? I do not. I'm not an Adoree Jackson fan. I don't think that'd be a good option. I think that's another Meek to me, to be honest with you. We bring him in, we don't change nothing. No size changes, right? Like, nothing changes to me if you bring him in. I think it's the same thing as when you had a Meek. It's you're right at that level again. I want a guy that's going to exceed that. You know what I mean? I think that Xavier Howard, even Steven Nelson to a degree, the way he played last year, I think is an upgrade over that. Adoree is too inconsistent to me. I thought, and coming out of college, I definitely thought he'd be better. But also, my thing, right, George? You know how I be with these corners, bro. We always signing these small-ass corners. So that's another reason I want that. Terrence, salute to my guy, man. Glad you in the building, man. Let me see. I think we will pick up a vet, Howard or Jackson. See, I'm not a Jackson fan, but if we pick up Howard, I'm with it. Once again, I continue to say, man, Steven Nelson, that's a name to watch, man. If he's not picked up already, that's a name to watch. Jack the Hitman Jones, I like that. And Nate, not on my turf, Hobbs is going to teach these young bucks the Raider way. Agreed. But as it stands right now, on the outside, we real slim, Chris. Real slim on what we got to do. So hopefully these guys can improve, right? Hopefully these guys can come in and show some shit. Maybe we got a steal in one of these rookies. Hopefully. So we'll see. And Telesco's track record, right? He finds DBs now. Telesco will fuck around and find a DB. So if he can find something, that would very much help our cause, man. Very much help our cause. What about the UDFAs at corner? This draft was loaded, and the cornerback position means there's some pretty good UDFAs. Yeah, but then again, we're now relying on UDFAs to make plays, right? And it's like that's a huge leap. That's a huge leap, right? If you're talking about a UDFA to come from that to be a reliable starting corner in the NFL, like that's a huge leap. And if we have that, so be it. But I don't see a UDFA doing anything that our guy from the 4th round ain't gonna do. You know what I mean? That's just me. But we need a veteran corner. Gilmore would be nice. Wouldn't mind Gilmore, but looks like he's not on the radar. Looks like he's not on the radar. Chris says we don't need another Matador Ole Peters. I agree with that. We don't need another one of them damn shits right there. So if we're gonna bring in a veteran, it's got to be a guy with some fire. Now Xavier Howard, I do like him, but sometimes he does look like he be loafing the fuck around. Sometimes I will be honest with you. So that's something I do worry about there. But then I think he be a guy. He comes here with a dude like AP. He gonna be energized to play. So it might be something different. And with him, if he's on and healthy, oh yeah, he's nice. He's nice. So OJ says, "What's good, fam? Hey, salute to you, my guy. Glad you in the building, man. We sitting here waiting on Turf. Hold on. This man's trying to figure out the new link. Let me see. But yeah, we're sitting here waiting on Turf. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, Howard, I like Howard. Now, you say you would take Gilly over Howard. Now, as far as the like competitive standpoint and being into it, I agree. I might fuck around and go with Gilly, but then at the same time, last thing I saw of Gilly wasn't good. So, and he's a little bit older. So the fire will be lit regardless of whatever veteran we get, because AP is going to be a guy that if you come and play here, you understand what you're coming to play here for. But, still, he's going to light that fire. He's going to light that fire. Now, look. Okay, Howard or Nelson, good vets. I'm telling you, man, a lot of people don't really talk about Steven Nelson. Steven Nelson had a pretty good year last year. So if we sign that, I like that. I would like that. And that would balance out the room. And then there we go. And then that's a guy where that clearly says to me, I mean, any of these guys you get really, but I mean, it clearly says like you're waiting to see if one of these guys can perform and then become that viable starting option. Right, that's what you're hoping. So that I like both of those options right there. You look at JC. You saying JC Jackson can be another Jack Jones situation. Teams have given up on him. In the right situation and support, he can flourish again. Yeah, I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened. I can't really pinpoint what happened to JC Jackson, but honestly, I don't know if he would fit here. Don't know if he would fit here. I'd rather address the other guys than address this. Let me see. The fact that DB was addressed so late in the draft tell me it's Bennett's season, which scares me. I don't have that much faith. But at the end of the day, I we'll see. If he can do it, perfect. But going to get done. So as we continue with the conversation, I was trying to wait till Turf, but Turf is doing too much, apparently. I don't know. He's texting me that he's doing too much. Let me see what this man's talking about. Hopefully he come in right now. Boom. Let me see. Boom. This is what happens, man. This is what happens when your co-hosts aren't completely tech savvy, right? When your co-hosts aren't completely tech savvy, now you gotta start overcompensating for shit, right? You gotta start doing different shit. But at the end of the day, okay. Funny story, he says. Long story, but a funny story. I'm on the way. He gonna explain later. Okay, so we about to get some shit, apparently. But we gonna continue with the conversation though. Trying to wait for Turf, but I want to hear from y'all, right? Boom. Top 8 defense, right? So apparently the Raiders are ranked to have a top 8 defense in the league. That's crazy to even think about. That's crazy to even think about. hearing that we can have a top 8 defense, this is how people are viewing us now. Now, obviously, it's preseason. Obviously, these are things where you have to wait and see because everybody got to touch grass. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody got to touch grass. But hold on, I'm pulling it up for everybody. But the Raiders being already by Bleacher Report rumored to have that top 8 defense, I think that right there is something that I think in my fandom, I ain't seen too much of. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm 25, about to be 26 this year, bro. Yeah, in this time span, it's been fucking rough, right? It's been fucking, especially if you're talking about defense. Defense, especially, it's rough, bro. So this is a breath of fresh air, bro. A breath of fucking fresh air. I don't know when the last time this has happened, right? Like maybe early 2000s. Maybe we had a good defense. Maybe somebody could tell me when the last time this was, it was like this, where people thought highly of this defense like this, and this is where it looked like. But yeah, that's wild for me. It's wild to me. But y'all let me know, man. I think I don't know. Turf having technical difficulty. Man, Cowtown, man, this man over here, bro. This man trying to get it figured out. He gonna get it. But once he come on, I'm telling you, we're gonna be in for some shit. But JC was in some legal trouble last. Oh, yeah, no, never mind about that. But let me see. But why is CBS have us last in the AFC West? I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But now we're seeing that this is a top 8 defense, and people are gonna be up and down. But I see many people, right? Many football people that I watch either on YouTube or read their opinions, or regardless. And I'm not even just talking about Hondo Carpenter, like other guys too that cover like the entire NFL, not just cover the Raiders, but they like the direction this team is going in, right? Like a lot of people like the direction this team is going in, especially because it's going to be spearheaded by this shit right here. The whole direction of this team and how we going to move this year is all going to be dictated on this right here. And y'all know, if y'all wasn't even following me during the season, first and foremost, I hope y'all ready for the season, because the content your boy finna give you gonna be wild. The content Turf and I, TRS, all of us gonna give you, it's gonna be wild. But right during the season, the 4-letter word for every season is always more, bro. MORE, more. Like, I need more from this team. You talk about top 8, right? Why can't we be top 5? You feel what I'm saying? Why can't we slip? And it's not really a long distance to go from top 8 to top 5. Just a couple things got to go your way. A couple bounces got to go your way. Couple guys elevate, right? Which we can very well have on this defense. When you talk about some of these young guys, a couple guys can now elevate their status and how they are, as far and how they're viewed and how they play. So this can the 8 can easily turn into 5, 4. You feel what I'm saying? If a couple guys get that fire lit, you know what I mean? So to me personally, top 8 is cool, but now we searching for more of that shit, bro. Because if we sneak into that top 5, now we talking about something different. Right now, we talk about a team that creates its own opportunities on defense, right? We dictate the game type shit. No longer does offenses come into our house, or we go somewhere and we got motherfuckers dictating the game. No. Now this year, we creep into that top 5, even top 8, but whatever, bro. Like, we're going to dictate how the game is played. Right? We're going to take away your top options. We're going to fuck your quarterback up. These are things that are going to happen religiously, right? With that top 8 defense now, right? You feel me? But let me get the sound off on what y'all think, man, about the Raiders being ranked a top 8 defense. I mean, like, honestly, it's wild, right? Let me see. Turf got Cricket Mobile Wireless. Yeah. Something like that. Um, Chris says, we going top 5. Yeah. Okay. OJ says, I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade, but ranking this unit so high is wild. Interesting. So where would you rank them, OJ? Where would you rank them? I think they're a top 10. They played like a top 10 last year. You know what I mean? They had multiple games where they played like a top 10 defense. So I think that's probably what Bleacher Report is going off of, right? It's not going off of name. It's not going off of all that. It's going off of how did they play last year? Okay. Defense the same. No changes, right? And it'd be different if like the offense changes or the scheme. If the offense changes, then that's a whole different thing, right? You're like, oh shit, you got to learn a whole bunch of shit, or like, all type of shit like that. But if you talk about defense changing, realistically, still you're gonna have to learn a new scheme and all that. But the defense didn't even change. You feel what I'm saying? Like we got the same scheme, we got the same coaching staff is gonna add to the scheme. So it's like they're looking at all those factors and saying, all right, they're going to improve on what they did. Everybody's comfortable with that scheme. You added star power to the roster as well. Boom, there you have it. Top 10 defense, which I think they are. But I do think they're a top 10 defense. But I want them to creep into the top 5 because a top 5 defense is something that when you take it into the playoffs, nobody wants to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, yeah, somebody might have success, might have a good game plan, whatever. But at the end of the day, you got it like a spade is a spade, bro. If you're going into the playoffs or wherever late November, December with a top 5 defense, nobody wants to fuck with that. You feel what I'm saying? And a top 5 defense that plays with swag, a top 5 defense that's gonna walk into your building and say fuck your couch and put our feet on your couch. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what we gonna do. So at the end of the day, it's like, still, I think we can take that everywhere. But being top 10, being top 5, I think it's two different things though. But Chris thinks we're going top 5. Okay, which I think I can agree. I believe we can. It's not a long jump from 8 to 5, but that requires certain players to take leaps, right? To me, I think that requires certain players to, expand upon their games. We talking about now like Malcolm Kuntz. He has to do more, bro. He has to do more. You talk about guys like Divine Diablo. He got to do more. Jack Jones, even though I like him, I think he's got to maintain that level of play and play better as well, right? Talk about the D-line. Like a lot of guys we're relying on to take steps, right? We're relying on a lot of guys to take steps. And if we don't get those steps for those guys, it's going to be a long motherfucking year. But I have faith that the steps will come. You know what I mean? I have faith that they will end up exceeding their expectations. Also, another guy, I didn't even say it, right? It's probably the biggest piece of the puzzle, bro. If Tyree Wilson improves like I think he will improve, this is definitely going to be a top 5 defense. Definitely going to be a top 5 defense. If Tyree Wilson turns into that number 7 overall pick, bro, watch the fuck out. Watch the fuck out for sure. But OJ says he needs to see more. I agree. I mean, more not agree, but I can see it from that angle. Chris says this has never happened. The most we were has been top 11. Ooh wee. Okay, all right. So we can be top 10 this year and creep into that top 5. Is that the first time Raiders ever had a top 5 defense? I don't know. That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. Downtown says he agrees with OJ. Okay, so you agree that we need to see more. Okay. We'll see. But I think we're top 10. I definitely think we're top 10. Downtown thinks we're in for something special. I definitely agree. OJ says too many question marks in his defense. Okay. Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of guys that I just mentioned to you right now that needs to take those steps, but faith that they can take those steps is where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? That's the faith that I had right there. But as we continue, man, and no, OJ, Webb is not signed elsewhere. Webb is still on the team. But yeah, top 5 defense, I think we can be. I see where people are getting us, right? They think that we can be those guys that, you know, make plays on the football, right? I think we can have the guys that make plays on the football dictate the speed and how offenses play the game. But we got, like OJ says, there is no denying as well. There is some question marks. You feel what I'm saying? There is some question marks that we have and that need to be addressed. But can they be addressed? Wholeheartedly, they can definitely be addressed. So make sure you guys are tapping on that like button. We're getting close to the end of the show. And really, it was supposed to be the Turf Rundown, but you're getting an extra rundown show right now. I'm still trying to figure out what this man is doing. This man told me he was hopping on about 10 minutes ago, right? That's what's hopping on. So as we can see, right, if we're counting down the current events, one, he hops on, great. Ends the link on the first link. So boom, we're already to a rough start there. Ends the link on the first one, and then, right, has completely gaslighted me the whole night. So it's wild, right? But, you know, we love Turf in this motherfucker. At the end of the day, you know, we always bullshitting. But hopefully Turf can come back in here, man, and give his 2 cents on what's coming on. Oh, he's seeing it. Look at that, man. He must have heard me talking shit on the mic. That's crazy. That's crazy. My man heard me as soon as I started talking shit. Maybe that's what I gotta start doing. But as we continue getting the information, getting everybody back in here, getting our guy Turf in the building, want to hear from y'all because this one right here is gonna be a very spicy talk, right? And it comes in the form of coin flip decisions. Very interesting. Coin flip decisions. Now, when I say that and you don't know what I mean, then you probably haven't been tapped in. So let me give you the rundown, right? As far as what's going on, as far as the Raiders draft, there is apparently a story rumor running around that, you know, Terrion Arnold received a call from Antonio Pierce the night of the draft, and he told Terrion Arnold, hey, it was a coin flip between you and Brock, man. Like, we didn't know who you wanted to go with. We're still trying to see, but, you know, we love you, but, you know, we just went with Brock. That was the coin flip. That's what happened. So that's the story running around. And, you know, apparently this is what I heard. Antonio Pierce said it to somebody, right? But Terrion Arnold said that's what he said to him. Champ Kelly didn't confirm nor deny, but today we get a straight up denial from Antonio Pierce that shit didn't go down, right? So a lot of people trying to pin that tag. Very interesting that a lot of people would say that if it is a made up story, if it is not, but from Antonio Pierce's mouth, he is saying it is not. Oh,
I'm back.
We here.
Turf is back.
All right, we good? We stable? We good?
We stable, bro. We good. I'm going nowhere. Yeah, we Gucci.
There we go.
Yes.
So the audience has been hearing me yap for right? They've been hearing me yap for a day and a half, so they probably don't want to hear much of what I got to say. But at the end of the day, now that you in here, number one, we were talking about because we're gonna have to backtrack because I do want to get your opinion on this because I had to ask you a question. We'll have to backtrack. Boom, we're talking about the Raiders being ranked as a top 8 defense, right? So in your Raiders fandom, gotta ask. This is why I love the Turf and Rundown show, right? Because I can bounce this off you and you can give me all the facts about the was. Have you ever seen the Raiders be ranked like this high? Or preseason?
No.
Like?
Never. Not my lifetime.
Wow.
No, seriously, I'm not joking. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm 50 years old. I've never seen that. And in fact, this is the first time we've ever gotten something like this, you know, out the gate. Previous, never. Like, that's what I defensively never had that. We've never had.
So Chris was saying it in here as well. He said the highest we've really ever been, like top 11. So shout out to Chris. But yeah, it's like, why? I thought it was like subjected to just us, right, as younger Raider fans, because usually us as younger Raider fans, we ain't been able to see nothing. But
Right.
the fact we've never been like that, like that's kind of crazy.
Never. Bro, and that's why, so this is why you can understand Turf's sentiment on why I'm always so pro defense. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. I've always been crying and complaining about defense, but the only thing I really wanted to solidify based on the defensive line choice that we got in the free agency was the offensive line. So that's why I've been so desperate, man. And that's why I've never, ever had a problem with, anything we do defensively. Remember, even when we was talking about getting Murphy at 13 or some other defensive line, picking Newton at 13. I was okay with it because I was like, look, man, when are we ever going to get back to those days where we've been a nasty defense? And it just hasn't been. So it's not shocking that the highest we've been is 11. Not shocking at all for me.
Is that fucking State Farm commercial? But yeah, Chris is saying the highest we've ever been, that's 11.
11, bro.
Wow, bro. Wow. And you think about all the winning the organization has done.
Right.
So you got all that winning, you like, damn. And then as far as the younger fans, I'll probably speak for the younger fans. Like, it's like we hear all the stories. If you really tapped into the Raider history, you hear all the stories about, Tatum. You hear all the stories about, all our guys that's on the defensive side of the ball, Howie Long, you know what I mean? Guys of this nature. But to never have a top 10 defense with those guys.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Lester Hayes. You know what I mean? All the guys we talking about right now, Cliff Branch. You know what I mean? Like, these are guys.
Ronnie Lott. We've had some legends.
Legendary people. You know what I mean? And the fact that this is the first time, Ted Hendricks. You know what I'm saying? We got motherfuckers like Ted Hendricks. It's like that's the craziest thing to me for as historic as this organization is. Like, this is new heights for everybody.
100%.
So and so I want to ask you this, because this is where OJ was. And I want to give a shout out to OJ because him and Cowtown are on this, but they're not sold. They think that us getting ranked this high is a little too high for right now.
What? Nah, it's not high enough. It's not high enough. We should be in the top 5 with what we just did. 100%. Absolutely. Put it on your board. I think we should be top 5 100% based on the Wilkins call, based on getting multiple defensive cornerbacks that's going to figure out that right side opposite Jack, and a couple of those linebackers we received too. Hey, Eichenberg. Hey, real tough.
Boy, Tommy Guns, boy.
That guy's going to be a dude. That's going to be a dude for real. We are literally going to be no less as if we are the 5th of the top 5 in defense this year. That's fact. So I don't know where anybody would think that we're looking at, top 8 as being some, like, woohoo, finally. Like, trust me, I knew we weren't, right? Let's give Turf credit. I told y'all I don't think we were ever before. Somebody actually in the chat said, yes, Turf. No, we've never been higher than 11. I've known that. And that's why I've been so heavy defensively. So after the changes, bro, I'm 100% on board with us being minimum 5. And at 5, I'm going to be like, man, somebody was slacking. Because that defensive line, I'm sorry, that defensive line, nobody in the backfield as far as secondary has any reasons to have any excuses moving forward. You should be able to jump every route. You should be able to. You should be so clean with everything. You should know that this guy has exactly how many seconds, and that ball is coming from a certain angle because I already know Max got this lane block, Wilkins got this lane block, Kuntz got this lane. I'm just telling you, there's no way around it. And I'm gonna be on their ass all season. Real talk when it comes to it.
So honestly, like that's I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? I think, you know, and you can agree or disagree with me, but I said it before you got in here. I said going from 8 to 5 is not a big jump.
No.
If a couple motherfuckers exceed expectations. That's really all it is. You know what I'm saying?
It.
You get, and I said this, if Tyree Wilson becomes the player that we think he can become, automatically this motherfucker turns into damn near, you start creeping up. And if Coach plays the ways he can play, right? This is no question in my mind that I think that we can become that top 5 defense. Now, I worry about some areas, right? Like linebacker concern for me. It is, although I like Eichenberg. And by the way, that's my nickname for your boy is Tommy Gunn. So if anybody tries to take that, know your boy Rundown said that first. All right, don't.
I like that.
That's
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, I like that. But I like him. I think he can play. Still rookie though, right? Diablo needs to show more things. That number 2 cornerback spot is a problem for me. It's a problem, bro.
It is. And I don't know why everybody's so sold on Bennett. I just want to make y'all understand that. Look at the tail of the tape you currently. I just want everybody to just relive what went down because I want y'all to understand the kid got the check mark across the board by everybody pre-game 1. And before game 8, he was yanked. If that's not a loud sentencing on what's going on with this young man, bro, I'll just put it to you like this. Look at what old boy did when it comes to ALC for all you ALC haters. And you heard how AP stuck with him and said, nah, bro, this dude, cold as ice, we gonna weather the storm. Did he do that with your boy Bennett? Absolutely not. Get up out of here, bro. You can't do this right now. And I'm telling y'all, everybody's saying he better play preseason. Guess what? He has to play preseason. And if he doesn't do well, he will not be on the team in 2 years.
Look, and I'm glad you said that, Turf, because I went on a whole rant yesterday, and I'm feeling spicy, so I'll say it again, bro. What in the hell was and I put that on the last coaching staff. What were they thinking not playing this man during preseason last year?
It makes sense.
In my fucking mind, no way should this man not be in preseason. He's a rookie, mandatory. Get your ass here and play preseason, bro. Michael Mayer fucking played preseason. He was a 2nd round pick. So what the fuck this look like? Tyree Wilson played. What the fuck it looked like this man not playing it? So they fucked him off already there by not even playing him. Because 1, he don't get his rhythm. And 2, now us, the fans, right? And we're part of the media, whatever, creators. We're gonna start expecting shit now.
Correct.
Oh, this motherfucker gotta play in preseason? Oh, okay. He's real. Oh, you showing us clips against him in the 49ers going against Brandon Ayuk? He's real.
He looks good.
We expect shit. Now we expect shit now. And when he gets out there and the motherfuckers deer and headlights lost.
Looking like garbage. Hot garbage.
Now we're fucking surprised. But you got to put that on the fucking coaching staff too, man. Like,
I agree. They set him up for failure. They gave him that status before he was ready for it. That's just fact. And I think they learned something from it. And I think that you're going to see that they learned something from it, and they'll never make that mistake again, particularly when it comes to a rookie that came out of Maryland, which isn't a big conference to really, begin with. And he's got his speed on this side as well as the whole illusion of this guy and not being thrown to. I've been trying to say, man, I've dug into this kid's background, man. I don't know any other way to say it nicely, man. Do it for yourself, whatever. But I'm just letting you know, man, it's not a coinky thing that he got yanked, in my opinion. And it has nothing to do with 4.3 speed or even ability. I mean, the instincts, I don't think they've ever been there.
That's where I get down. I don't think
day one. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and like Chris saying, the Big Ten run the rock, man. That's a run, conference, if you will. It's not really pass heavy like that. And I just never saw it out of him, bro. And that Maryland is the worst in the Big Ten. That's the whole other problem. Like, I don't know. I never saw what we saw out of him other than the speed. And usually speed helps everything. And that, you know what I mean? It's something you can't teach. And I thought he'd catch on. But after first year, seeing how things progressed or regressed, if you will, yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it's like I don't think he has no leg up on no competition
at all.
Because now you didn't really play last year. You're a fourth round pick your damn self. So now, so you don't have no leg up to be like, oh my God, I've been here a year. Whatever, bro. And I said this yesterday again. Correct me if I'm bugging, but as a corner, right? This is just me personally. It might not be everybody, but as a corner, bro, be real, bro. You coming into the NFL, there's not much you have to fucking learn. It's not.
Oh, bro.
You learn where to drop in your zones. If you're playing man, don't even fucking tell me anything. If I'm playing man, bro, I'm on his ass. That's all that matters. You feel what I'm saying?
So, hey, I got to put it out there, right? Because, look, I've been the number one guy always talking about speed of the game because, look, I'm going to be honest, right? You always have your talking points to defend your argument, right? To substantiate the things you're saying. So I'm always looking for speed of the game, speed of the game, speed of the game. Well, the bottom line is there are certain aspects of this game that I'm absolutely going to have to take from guys that literally played it. And this was one of the things that I've learned from a cornerback, multiple cornerbacks. The bottom line is the speed of the game is the last thing you worry about coming into the league from that respect because you're already used to speed. You're a cornerback. So I'm just telling you, like, that is and that's what led me to continue to dig into my, you know what I'm saying, my knowledge base on Ja'Cory Bennett. I've told y'all a million times, I pray this kid proves me wrong. But the bottom line is he don't know that playbook, and he's not instinctive. So those are the worst two combinations you can have as a quarterback. And that's what he got yanked in the eighth game. He got yanked and never looked back. They never looked back. They never was like, put him back in there. They kept using Amit. I'm just telling you, bro. You can't see what I see.
And that's where I agree with you. I think instinctual, that's where it is, right? And you're not going to – and this year, maybe if somebody could be like, oh, he's been there a year, sure. But at the end of the day, if Devonshire or Richardson is a smart guy, once again, you're a corner, bro. Like, you're playing man, don't tell me anything. If I'm playing, I just got to know where I got to drop when the calls are coming in. If we change the call, where am I dropping now? That's pretty much it. Or if we're going to start switching shit, you know what I mean? And routes start to get shifted. That's communicated between me and the slot, whatever, bro. But if the corner can do that and the rookies can retain that information, we start with Richardson. You don't have no leg up on Richardson. You can't say that because Richardson runs a 4.3.
Exactly.
You can't talk about you're measurable. This motherfucker's 6'2". So it's like, and he tackles. So you can't have no leg up there. Shout out to Cowtown. I like Devonshire. Devonshire fucking sticky. You can't have, I mean, at this point, all of them are in the same boat to me. And that's what scares me. It's what scares me.
I think you're absolutely right, bro. I think you're 100% correct, Rundown. And it's a problem. Like, if our offensive line doesn't find a way to help them however they see fit, we got issues there, and that's going to be our weak point, and that's where people will attack us, and it'll show. It'll show 100%.
It will. It definitely will. So, I mean, we'll see about that. But a lot of people chiming in. A lot of corners. Yeah, a lot of corners do get burned by Mike Williams, but yeah, he has some tough games where he's going against some receivers, bro. Where he's going against some receivers, it was tough. But we'll see. I mean, and we got to play from this side of the corner. Rebel says Jacorian Bennett will be just fine. Devontae Adams was bragging on him all last year in practice and training camp. AP didn't want a rookie in there. His job was on the line. It'll be different this year. We'll see. We will definitely see. But he has all offseason to prove us wrong.
All offseason.
All offseason to prove us wrong. So, as we continue, what we were talking about when you did come in, because Turf over there getting his camera set up, getting everything right. This is what we were talking about when you first came in here, but coin flip decision. You know what I mean? The Raiders were already rumored to have, as Turf fixes Turf on that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
I am. My bad, bro. Bro, I'm in Daytona, bro.
Bro. That's gonna be me at the end of the month, bro. With me and my lady out. So you already know what time it is, man. If I even try to do a show where I'm gonna go, bro, that shit gonna be looking like Minecraft. But regardless, though, we're talking about coin flip decisions, right? Like, I don't know if you already heard the story about how Terrion Arnold was reported telling reporters that AP called him after the after the whole pick happened and said it was a coin flip between him and Brock Bowers. AP came out today and was like, nah, that shit didn't happen. You know what I mean? That's basically what he said.
Did he really say that? I like it.
He basically came out and was like, no, it didn't happen, bro. Like, that's not what happened. Never coin flip. He said we were Brock Bowers all the way. He said once all the quarterbacks were gone, we were Brock Bowers all the way.
That's dope.
So how do you feel hearing that?
Bro, I adore it because, see, you have to believe these kind of things when you're dealing with a guy like AP that is defensive minded. And for him to be on board and say, nah, we going with this dude, and understanding that Terrion Arnold or any other cornerback at 13 wouldn't make sense, you should be excited for. It makes total sense, bro.
That's a great point, Turk. That's a great point because you talk about a defensive guy. He's a defensive coach by nature. Tom Coughlin guy,
bro, all the way.
Marvin Lewis guy, bro. Like, these are defensive guys. So it's like you would expect him to want to go with the defensive option, but in him in the room sitting,
100%.
knowing, looking and saying, well, if I was on defense, I probably wouldn't want to guard this motherfucker right here. Probably not. So
exactly.
Boom. You know what I mean? That's the decision. That makes that decision right there. So, I mean, and then especially when you talk about like quarterbacks too, right? That's how you talk about quarterbacks, but even offensive players of this skill set. Like, do you want to game plan for this guy? And shout out to us because we said it after they picked him. If the Chargers would have got him, his ass would have been fucking us up twice a year.
It would have been a problem. We was all trying to figure out how to stop him before he even got picked.
Yeah, because I thought he was going there.
That's how you know he was something.
I thought he was going there the whole time. I'm not going to lie. If they would have picked him, I would have been like, fuck. Because already we know our problems with tight ends, and Justin Herbert, right, for whatever it is, he's going to find a tight end. He always does it. So he would have went there, bro. He would have been fucking us up twice a year. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind.
I agree 100%. And hey, I don't know, man. I think we might solve this tight end thing this year. I think defensively, I think Patrick Graham's got a wrinkle to where that's no longer going to be an issue. Like, they understand that if they're, old boy came back, there is no, we're getting past the Chiefs without stopping Kelsey and literally stopping him. So I think you'll see a wrinkle coming from this young, bright, defensive-minded general
that is absolutely going to change the game for us when it comes to tight ends. And I think it's going to come to fruition because of the fact that he's got to deal with it week in, week out during practice with his own team. Because now having Aaron Hernandez and Gronk, having your boy Bowers and Mayer on both sides is creating something that's just unimaginable. And we saw it briefly, and I think you're now going to see it on steroids because Bowers can play everywhere. If you've watched anything that I put out there, you know I believe this kid literally can play every position on offense. Literally. I think he has the ability.
Everything. I don't think, and this is where I think people don't really understand when we say that, Turf, but like this dude can play everything except offensive line and quarterback. He's not, that's the only thing he's not going to be doing. He's not going to play offensive line or quarterback, bro. Receiver, running back, fullback, H-back, tight end.
All of it.
He's playing all of it. Like, so to have a guy.
If we do lose a left or right tackle, like lose all of them, I'm putting him in there too. I'm just telling you, who else is going to do it? He's that guy. He is that type of a guy.
Because guess what? You take a guy and everybody's like, but we got Harrison Bryant. Harrison Bryant, you use a guy like that, he going to be blocking. This motherfucker come in, he's blocking, right? And he might sneak out on a route or two, but he's going to be blocking. This is a dude where if I throw him something for 5 yards, I might get 30 out of that. Straight. Cool, let's rock. You know what I mean? Like it makes it too easy, bro. Like he can line up anywhere, mismatch anywhere. Like think about this, right? Guys like Derwin James are going to be on high fucking alert for 4 quarters, bro. 4 quarters. I'm game planning for his ass all. Derwin James won't get a moment of rest, bro. You won't get a moment of fucking rest because I'm going to send that motherfucker at you and you going to have to fuck with him. And then there's going to be a point where Devontae Adams is going to be right there. You got to fuck with him. And multiple. So there ain't going to be there's not going to be any rest for any defense to me.
Nope. I agree.
That's where I'm at. So for our last segment, right? We got something right here that I'm going to, I'm going to see if I can bring it up, but definitely it's going to ruffle some feathers. Okay, it's going to ruffle some feathers. So before we get into that, make sure you guys hit the like button, both channels. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you're hearing, right? This is the Turf and Rundown show. You're here on the Raider Rundown with your guy Panama Fargo. You know what time it is. And you're here with your guy Turf on the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 channel as well, man. So we appreciate everybody that is in here. But for our last segment of the day, we got to talk about, they always disrespecting us, Turf. So saw somewhere that our win total prediction for this year is 6.5. We're at 6.5.
That is laughable.
If you're a betting man or woman, there you go.
Assure you, there's no way in hell Vegas will allow that to stay there. It's just not possible because you are going to get droves of cash put in on the over every which way till Sunday. There is no way anybody believes that bullshit. And that's exactly what that is. Bullshit. Even 8.5, I would take, but be mad at that. 6? Come on, man. That's probably the worst disrespect I've ever seen for us ever. Right? I don't know when we have been this disrespected. 6.5. When we're coming off of an 8.5 point, not yet.
I'm about to get my bets in, Turf, because there's no way that shit is standing right there. There's no way, because if it's 6.5, if it's really 6.5, they're people gonna make money. People gonna make money. You know what I'm saying? People gonna make money.
First half of the season. The first half of the season, we might make that.
I think they're gonna get more than 10 wins. I'm already on about like 10 wins.
Said 11.
Yeah, you said 11. I said 10. So that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I think now we got to see when the schedule. This is pre-schedule. This is pre-schedule. Now, everybody that's in here and already don't know, right? Next week on Wednesday, the Syndicate is going to be doing a very special live schedule release party next week. It's going to be wild, bro. We're going to be discussing the schedule. We're going to be predicting it. Then we're going to see, you know, how we feel about these games, going through them game by game next week, right? It's going to be wild. So make sure you pull up. We got a giveaway next week, TRS giveaway. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a good time, bro. It's going to be a good time. But, yeah, 6.5, very, very disrespectful, I believe, to what we got going on. I don't believe that.
I don't believe it, bro.
Yeah. I don't see how you can rank this a top 8 defense, but have 6.5 wins. Now, but
6 wins. Exactly.
But what I'm thinking though,
makes sense.
But what I'm thinking is they're looking at this quarterback situation. That's what they're looking at. They don't think this quarterback situation is good enough. So a lot of people are going to rank us and say that this quarterback situation is the reason why we cannot exceed that. And shout out to Cowtown. Like I'm saying, it don't make sense. But yeah, if that's where I feel like it is. You know what I mean? I feel like they're looking at the quarterback situation in the offense and they're like, it's going to be the same thing like last year. They feel like it's going to be the same thing like last year. So what's your thoughts on that?
I don't see it. I mean, we've been drastically improved overnight on the defense, which that in itself should get us a couple of wins over what we did last year, in my opinion. You have the whole entire team coming back, but with better weapons, offensively and defensively. It just doesn't make sense.
Yep.
Doesn't make sense.
Yep. But I love the underestimation, right? I definitely love the underestimation, man. So, off of that, man, like we said, we never give a fuck about what people think anyway. We trying to do our own thing. But, you know, we coming up here on the top of the hour, man. End of the show is near, man. So y'all know what time it is here on the Turf and Rundown show, man. Get your questions in for Turf. Turf, though, right? You out there for you know, your daughter's competition, last one, man. So how you feeling, man, as we getting close to ending the show, man, out here?
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know, man, this has been wild, man. I mean, anybody that's had a child in gymnastics, boy or girl, you already know I'm preaching to the choir. This is what, 13, 14 years, man, of solid hardcore work. And I'm really proud, man, because, you know, my wife and I were here with my daughter, and we were just going through some of the last minute articles that are popping up on the news, etc. And my daughter's getting mad clout, man. They're talking about her having the ability to win it all Sunday. That's a big deal. I mean, you know, I don't know if people understand the world of gymnastics. There's not, you know, thousands of schools to go to from D1, D2 to D3. There's literally 130 schools for D1, D2, and D3 combined for gymnastics. So just imagine, you know, on top of the fact that that's just the 22-man woman roster, right? It's like basketball. You only got 22 girls. So it's a big deal, man. And, you know, I just wanted to make sure I did it right for her, man. We're literally right here on the beach. It's pitch black right there because it's nothing but water, the ocean. And, you know, this was her choice. And I'm just proud I'm capable to do this and be able to, you know, let her shine, man. I mean, this is her time. You know, Turf had his time. You know, I definitely appreciate my parents for allowing me to pick, right, and do the things that I've done for myself athletically when it's to my youth and my career from those respects. And yeah, man, I'm just a real proud father, man. Again, y'all can Google my daughter's name. You'll see it and you'll see everything pop up. Teryn, Teryn Crum. It'll just all show. and she deserves every bit of what she's receiving at this point right now, man. And I'm really excited for her to go off on Sunday and finally put it all together like she's finally done over these past decades, man. Her competition is wild.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a lot, man. I'm a real proud father. That's the most.
Man, I'm happy for you, man. Happy for you, Unc. Yeah. Definitely happy for you. Definitely happy for her competing, doing what she do, man. So you know what I mean. As long as she love it and she doing what she love, man, you ain't never out.
Why we doing this tonight like this? I apologize to the fans for the bootleg internet. I apologize to my guy Panama, aka Rundown, my guy, my dude, my nephew. You know, I never want to leave you alone, and I don't want to miss, man. I never want to miss. It was paining me, guys. I was over at the place trying to get some food. She's got training first thing at 10 a.m. to practice in the facility. I'm trying to make sure I bring necessary, man, and I had to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing my part, and I'm gonna stick to it because again, man, I've been digging in, bro. Like you asked for those, particular specifics, man. I've been digging in, doing my homework as well, man. There's a lot. It's a lot to look at, bro. We got a squad, man. We got a real good squad.
Definitely. And I always appreciate you. I'm gonna hold it down regardless. At the end of the month, you're gonna have to hold it down. You're gonna have to hold it down for your boy because I'm taking my first vacation. Your boy taking his first vacation solo with the wifey, so y'all know what time it is. So this first time I'll be taking that vacay, man, like much needed. So either I'm gonna be on, I'm still deciding, seeing what I'm gonna be on. But if anything, man, I appreciate you. You gonna have to hold it down for me, just like I'm gonna hold it down for you. You already know what time it is, man.
100%. I got your back. Always.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody that's in here. Man, Sal says Turf got the hamster running overtime for the Wi-Fi.
Bad, bro. Bad over here, bro. I'm literally next to the water. They never got nothing good when you're right next to the water.
Oh, shit. Hey, man. Your boy, I'm going somewhere tropical. You know that? Your boy going somewhere tropical. We're going to be living it up. You know that? We're going to be living it up. But salute to everybody that's in here, man. Once again, it's been another Thursday episode of the Turf and Rundown Show. Y'all know we appreciate you greatly. Make sure you guys pull up next week if you like what you heard. Next week, Turf going to be back in the building, right? Back in his element. So we'll have everything cracking for you next week. And don't forget about the Wednesday scheduled release party from TRS, right? We'll figure out a time, get the link created. Y'all hop in there. Y'all know what time it is. You know how we get down. So make sure you guys tap in with that. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We appreciate y'all, man. Much love to y'all. Hold it down over the weekend. Y'all be safe, man. We'll see y'all next week, nation. Have a good one.